Um, bye. I'm off to work now. Don't I'm gonna be late, so don't wait up. Uh, love you.
Unknown transforming robot. It's probably shit, but if I just bet a quid, it really won't matter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ray here, back for another Transformer Transformation Review thing, and thank you to Sideswipe there, showing us that Transformers are people too. It was interesting that I noticed recently that a G1 Scorponok is now about complete, of course, 100% complete, is now about the same price as a Brave Maximus. I remember when I started collecting, you could get Scorponoks, you could pick up bits, and they were kind of, not fairly cheap. I mean, you'd still pay, 100 quid and stuff. But now a G1 Scorponok complete's going to set you back like 250 quid, something like that. I'm very pleased to know that. I actually would rather have my G1 Scorponok than a Brave Maximus. I used to have a Brave Maximus and a Fort Maximus, but I was in a band, and they sucked all the money out of me. Jared will know about this. Well, maybe your band doesn't suck all the money out of you, but don't get a fucking manager. Anyway, this is an interesting thing. I thought about this recently. A lot of people say that their holy grail is like a Fort Max, and I've been there, and it is an awesome bot, but all bots are awesome. Now picture this, Sicily, 1984. Now, I've had a G1 Scorponok complete for quite a few years. I've also had a Brave Maximus complete and a Fortress Maximus complete. I would rather have a G1 Scorponok complete. Ed, I'm working on it. Well, I'm not working on it. Ed, there's a very, very nice man came up and said hello to me at Auto Assembly. And I am going to do that review for you, Ed. I promise. I promise. I'm going to do it. I would rather have a G1 Scorponok complete than a Brave Maximus. That's a little controversial. And here's an interesting thing. I would rather have a Brave Maximus than a Fort Maximus because it just looks better. It does. It looks a lot better. Fort Maximus has nice plastic. That's what he's got going for him over Brave Maximus. But the color scheme isn't quite as sexy. Not even nearly as sexy. But G1 Scorponok is a honey. Speaking of honey, this is... It may well be in my top 10 of bots. I've completed him recently. I thought I had him complete for the longest time. But I didn't until Auto Assembly. I love Auto Assembly. There he is. The man himself. Transformers in Identification and Price Guide by Mark. I think it's Bellomo or Belomo. Excuse me. Today's lesson, page 200, 1988, Series 5 Decepticons. It's not a Decepticon. He's not. I'll tell you what TF Wiki says about him before anything else. Doubledealer is an Autobot and a Decepticon Powermaster from the Generation 1 continuity. In some continuities, he goes by the separate names, that's right, Double and Dealer. He's unique among Transformers because he holds a special place in both the Autobot and Decepticon armies. I'm reading straight off TF Wiki because the fountain of all wonderful knowledge. The truth is, however, that he is a ruthless mechanoid, a mercenary loyal only to whomever is paying him. And then only if no better offer catches his eye. At times, even his own partners are unaware of all his double dealers' duplicitous dealings. That's nice. Double dealers' duplicitous dealings. Double dealers' duplicitous dealings. It really gives your tongue a good workout. That it's very pleasant to say. I would recommend it. His skills and power make him a valuable asset to both sides, but neither really trust him as far as they could throw a Guardian robot. He's unique among Powermasters in possessing two binary bonded partners, Knock and Scar, a trait only shared with one version of Overlord. But of course, the thing is, yes, Overlord has two binary pointed? So what am I, cross-stitching now? No, where are you? There you go. Overlord has two binary bonded partners. I cannot get the idea that humans live inside these fucking things that... I really, really dislike it. You can tell, can't you? I mean, for example, Powermaster Prime, case in point, and I prefer what happens in the, and the same with Headmasters. I prefer what happens with, no, not the same with Headmasters. Sorry, you see, this is where my BG knowledge, my knowledge of BG lets me down. When you have a component binary bonded to a larger component, I don't like it when humans are involved in Transformers, in their transformation, in anything. I have to live with the fact that they appear in certain fictions and all the rest of it, and sometimes it's okay, but I don't want them involved in their everyday. I just don't. Absolutely don't. So I don't want a person, a human, binary bonded to a prime in any kind of freaky power mastery kind of way. And exactly how does he bend his legs in that way exactly, you know? His legs would have to be broken in 49 places and repositioned, and the guy would be in so much pain, it'd be off work for 6 weeks, it'd be on the DLA, it would just be a logistical nightmare. It just wouldn't be very nice. Anyway, where was I? So, this is Doubledealer, and this is what Mark Paloma has got to say about it. You see, on this page, this very good page, what I like about this guy so much, let me see if I can articulate it. He's a triple changer. There you go. He's a triple changer. He has a winged mode. He has something like a tank mode. These things are already good to me. He's got a winged mode, a winged creature mode, and a tank-ish mode. And then a bot mode. And he's got one alt mode. His alt mode is that. It's an IBM. No, sorry. It's an ICBM missile launcher truck. Right, that's what he is. That's his alt mode. It's factionless. That is factionless. His Autobot mode. His Autobot mode is a robot. His Decepticon mode is a falcon, which does look more like a rock. I call it a rock. Some rock. Do you know the rock from mythology? Some of these sites and whatever say it looks more like a vulture. It doesn't look like a vulture because vultures don't have teeth. But there's lots of unique qualities about it. This alt mode is factionless. Even a transformer, your regular common or garden transformer, does not have a factionless alt mode. Because it's if the bot is Autobot or Decepticon, then the alt mode is Autobot or Decepticon, even if they're triple changers. What about punch counter punch? Punch counter punch. Yeah, actually, I might have to eat my words there. But this is kind of a tank-ish mode. I'm just going to show you. It comes with lots and lots of bits. Right? There's one piece in this. This is the piece that I got at Auto Assembly that you can do without, because it is redundant, and it just moves its way around the bot. You take it off, you replace it, you take it off, replace it. I'm just going to show you all the bits and pieces. There's all the bits and pieces. There is the chap himself. That's what we're at the minute. There's his bits. Mercenary. Why not? Motto: the price of victory is never too high. Now, this is exactly his bio. A ruthless, battle-ready robot for rent, a traitorous backstabber, only loyal to the highest bidder, valued by all, trusted by none. When binary bonded to Knock, Doubledealer disguises himself as an Autobot robot. When binary bonded to the Bat Creature, Scar, Doubledealer transforms into a Decepticon Falcon, armed with intercontinental ballistic missiles that can travel. Stuff. Uses solid light blaster in robot mode. What am I going to access it again? Probably not. So, we'll have a look. This is his ICBM missile launcher mode. This is his alt mode. This is factionless. This is without regard to any faction at all. And there are no Autobot or Decepticon sigils visible in this alt mode. There shouldn't be. This is an old guy, but that's the way it goes. He's got 8 wheels. I like that. I like a thing with 8 wheels. Gimmicks in this mode, this comes off. It does come off, but then you see you've got this shit at the back. This is the bit. This is the little errant bit that kind of wanders about. This is the little peripatetic bit that just moves its way around the various forms and doesn't seem to fulfill any real definite or interesting function. This is the little part that is part former of him. I could really live without that, and that's the bit that I got recently. And I've been a happy double dealer owner without this guy, this little bit, but I have it now, so there you go. That goes there. Does it add anything to that? It certainly does not. This looks fine. It looks great like that, doesn't it? As soon as you stick this little bit on the end of it, questions arise. And indeed, that's the official way. There are questions about that. Exactly what? What? So when you want to launch this missile, you've got this shit to contend with. It's Generation 1. They were just learning. You know, it's fine. I can forgive them an awful lot. Now, alt mode. This is his alt mode. He's got two bot modes. One is a robot, humanoid robot, and one is a falcon, a winged creature mode. And these guys, these are the little Powermasters. This is Scar and this is Knock. If you attach Knock, then you can, I love this guy, I really do, I love it. If you attach Knock, you can turn him into the Autobot robot. If you attach Scar, you can turn him into the Decepticon Falcon. Let's go Autobot robot, because that's it's not the least interesting. But there's a winged creature mode, and that's always going to be much more interesting to me. You take this off. Both of these little things are going to attach. See, I had to reveal a little bit of head there, but I didn't want to. Let's have a little look at Scar, a little close-up. When you turn him around, this is what he's like. You open up his little wing things. He's just adorable. He is so cute. He really is. Really cute little thing. Love it. Little Scar. So you attach little Scar, and it's only by attaching him here that you can unlock these sections. They will not unlock otherwise. They won't unlock happily. You can prise them open, but who wants to do that? Where's the fun? It defeats the purpose. I'm not attaching Scar first. Excuse me. I'm going to be attaching Knock. I'm going to be attaching Knock. Yes, come out again. So Knock is his little other Powermaster. So he goes from this little engine to this little robot. And unlike an awful lot of these guys, you can move his arms a little bit. Any other Powermaster, Headmaster you have, leave his arms alone. He does not want to comply with those regulations, trust me. So, we attach him. It's only when attaching this bad boy here, thusly, in the same place, there's a nice little click, it's only then that these unlock. That's only going to happen when you do that. That's a nice sound. Who needs lights and sounds when you can... Ah, great sound. Nice, simple transformation into the Autobot. Is this double? I think this is double. No, I think this is dealer, actually. You see now, this thing, which was attached to the rear end of the missile, now becomes this chest plate, which just kind of goes in there. Kind of defense or styly, it goes in there. Now, what do you do with this little guy? No problem. You give him a little fanny pack. You know, you can stick it in his ass. And there's something homogeneous going on here. You take this shit and you take it apart quite nicely. Thank you very much. You get two big posts on either shoulder. I shall put it on this one today. And then you take this. This is the solid light blaster. That intrigues me. And you put it into his hand. This is Doubledealer in his Autobot mode. I think this is dealer. Don't quote me on that. I think this is the guy. See, he's got shit in his head. I love the old stickers. I love old stickers. See, repro labels are fine. But if your bot is 25, well, this guy's 1988, 20 odd years old, his stickers are going to look a bit squiffy, if indeed the rest of the bot does. I know a lot of people go to repro labels, and I can completely understand why, but I like my little playware. I do. I just have a thing. It's an odd little quirk of mine that I'm very pleased about, because it means that I can get a bot that's a little bit scratched and a little bit squinky. Don't want no yellow and shit, though. Absolutely don't. And I can still love it. I absolutely love this guy. This is a very, very nice bot. What happens next? Let's go Decepticon, shall we? Because the Decepticons have all the best tunes. You pull this guy out of his groin here. Thanks once again to Sideswipe. Take little Scar off his ass. Take the Scar off his ass. Take the Scar off his ass. Because that's going to reattach here. Now you're going to take little Scar. First of all, just fold this shit out of the way. Take this, see this off again. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like that so much. Then we're going to fold the arms back into the original position. Take little Scar. Let me just show you the little bat once again because he is adorable. The interesting thing about this bot, there's lots of interesting things. This is the biggest section. If you were to buy this guy in bits, this is also the cheapest section. These guys will set you back more than any other part. Then this will set you back more than this. And both of these together will set you back more than some of the other parts. It's an odd thing the way that happens. But it's a similar thing with Scorponok. The Headmaster, Zarek, is invariably much more expensive than the rest of the body. Anyway, so let's take little Scar and retransform him into his little bat mode. Bless him. Absolutely bless him. Beautiful little thing. So now we can fold these legs up, right? That's no problem. That was always going to happen. The legs will go away very nicely. But it's only when you attach Scar, and I'll just show you again. This doesn't want to move happily. Neither of these sections want to move until you attach little Scar. Then they unlock. Splendid. Absolutely no problem. What happens here? These become the legs of the falcon. Now, it doesn't look like a falcon, and it doesn't even look like a vulture. It looks more like a vulture than a falcon, but it looks more like a rock. You know the rocks? I like them. See these wings? These wings to me are just gorgeous. The way they both fold out and transform like that. I have a very, very special place in my heart for that kind of thing. Open up this. Wait till you see this head. This is a head to end all heads. Look at that guy. Not vulture-esque, not falcon-esque, but a rock, if anything, because he has teeth. What happens now to the rest of these little bits? Scar is in there. This section, you stick underneath him, and he can still hold it. And so this becomes a missile launcher. Yeah, right. Now you take this section, which is the solid light cannon. It goes on his back into that big hole. What does this hole do? We don't know. I don't know. This actually does fit in there, but the official instructions say that it goes in there. What happens next is a little disconcerting for me. This extra bit, this peripatetic bit that wanders around, goes into the back of this chap once again. So the bird was looking really good until I had to do that to it, right? Now you've got this shit hanging off the back. What do you do now? This is how you hold him. You attach this little guy into the back, into the little Powermaster knock, the Autobot side of it, into the back, like that. The big problem I have with that is you see Nock's little face looking out over the whole thing. Now this is the Autobot Powermaster in the Decepticon side. Now I'm just trying to rationalize, given my penchant for not understanding or processing or retaining anything about background. Still, you know, there is some part of me that is tries to be a bit logical. Why would this little guy be able to oversee everything and indeed almost mount this cannon so that he could fire it in the Decepticon mode? This I'm just not happy about. I would like to be able to store Nock completely out of the way, and indeed this big blue bit here, which is known as the engine holder or the chest piece. This is just so much neater. If this could be stored underneath and Nock anyway. But I like to display him with this little engine section off because it just doesn't add anything. I love this. Absolutely love it. There's a lot of range of movement in the head. Even the wings have a little bit of root. And you can even get a little flappy thing here. It's so good. Love it. He's unique because he's an Autobot and a Decepticon. And then he has a factionless alt mode. And the one Autobot, the Decepticon, doesn't know what the other mode is up to. It's an interesting character bio. A bot that I really love, and a bot that I was very, very happy to complete finally this year at Auto Assembly. That's one of the other reasons that auto assembly is so good. This guy is absolutely beautiful. If you're a G1 collector, then you have it. I'm sure you do. I just hope you have it complete. Even this bit, because if you don't have it, it's a glaring omission and you want it, you know. Very, very nice, but if you don't have them, I hope you do want them, and I hope you start collecting G1 and Beast Wars and get rid of all that movie shit. That's all I can say. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ray, signing out.
Now that's what